Welcome everybody, Patrick Kehoe from HP Extreme. Talk about some of the stuff that we do with effective communications and customer communications. When you look at HP Extreme and the things that we do, we help support the touch points and the engagements that the customers or enterprises have with their customers. Some of those things are on the front side of the customer funnel with the Impress Us things where you send direct mail or emails or those kinds of marketing applications. But mostly what we do is we start once that customer has been converted with the quotes and the proposals, the welcome kits and the onboarding processes. And as we move through this process into the customer service applications, creating the communications that our enterprises use to engage with their customers and how they support and service those customers across those processes with the bills, the statements, the notices, and the correspondence, the claims processes. All of those types of communications, whether paper or electronic activities, are the things that are primary touch points for enterprises in talking to their customers. And then we use those things to help grow and improve that business, to cross-sell and upsell, to provide targeted offers and promotions. So when we look at this space, we see that this world for communications has been changing. It used to be traditional processes out through the mail, but now it's a multi-channel world where those communications and those messages and that story has to occur across all of those different channels. But some things that have not changed. Business users still want to be in control of those communications and that process. You have to make sure that you've got the right presentation and interaction across all those channels, and you have to be able to do that process at scale. So when we look at this world and we think about what HP Extreme does and what is the core of what we do, we see that we power the transformation of information. So we take data from those line of business systems, from the core banking systems, from the CRM systems, and we help transform that information into relevant, insightful conversations. And we use that word conversations purposefully, just as Andrew talked about the bidirectional nature of what needs to change. Historically, communications have been a broadcast process where you were sending the information out to a customer and that you were hoping that the message resonated. You can do work on that by making those things relevant and insightful, by applying analytics and improving that communication. But ultimately, you want to get the feedback from those processes. It's significantly easier to do that closed-loop feedback process for the digital tool, but there's still opportunities and places that you can do that across traditional channels by integrating things like your call center activities and your processes therein. So we look at HP and the work that we've done with the Extreme technology. We invented the modern CCM environment, the linkage of CRM data, the ability to integrate promotional and transactional content together, and have been recognized as a leader for that for more than a decade. And we continue to reinvent our products and to re-envision the way you engage and communicate with customers across those different additional channels. So one of the things that we've done from an innovation perspective to help address some of these needs is we've brought additional products to our cloud portfolio. We've been working towards moving towards the cloud for the last couple of years. We've got some hybrid solutions in the cloud with HP Extreme Message Point, but this is the first time we put the power of our engine up in the cloud. And we've done that to make this process flexible, scalable, and a low-cost startup process. One of the unique things about the HP Extreme Cloud production is that we're doing this on a transactional basis. So rather than providing that process of this module and the customers always being worried about all the different modules that they need, we give them all the functionality that's there, and we recoup our investment in that process by the volume of information that flows through the process. And that makes it quicker for people to get on board and to move this process forward. So the other thing that we wanted to speak about is some of our new implementations. We've done a lot of new sales and new implementations for our customers over the last year. We've got some great complete new logos like Athen Investment Bank. This is an investment bank in Malaysia that bought the HP Extreme product, put an intern onto that project. In less than 6 weeks, they were in production. So this is a complete brokerage statement that they went from 0 to 6 weeks with an intern getting up to speed and bringing their product into production. Huge savings for them in that process. We've got people like Covéa Insurance, which is a combination of 3 different insurers in Europe that standardized on HP Extreme for their process. And we've got people like Citi. that have been a long-time HP Extreme customer that has been expanding their footprint and their investment in that to improve the way that they manage that content from a business user perspective.